welcome back to Girlhood. I'm your host, Bella G, and today we have...
Rhys Gully.
He's our special guest today. No, I don't have the bear. Don't comment on it. Today we're going to ask him questions about his job and see, because he's a personal trainer, and see how he likes working with football players and soccer players and just all the players that you can think of. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, first question. Can you tell me about your career path and what inspired you to become a personal trainer?
Yeah, so it just sort of fell in my lap. And so we'll go all the way back to like 8th grade. I got cut from my 8th grade travel basketball team. They said I was too small. So that summer, I'd always visit my dad in England every summer for about 8 weeks. He used to own a couple gyms in Australia back in the day before he switched to IT. But we started working out, and I went from 80 pounds to 100 pounds. So I broke the 100-pound mark going into high school, thank God. And then I made the freshman basketball team and was the leading scorer. So I saw the vast improvement of what working out or performance training can do for you. So that's where my love for just working out in itself began and continued. Got into Virginia Tech, did BIT my freshman year, realized I hated that. And you could relate. So I had a class, I had to build a website using Dreamweaver. So I spent like 16 hours over a weekend, and I was like, if this means sitting behind a desk 8 hours a day, this ain't for me. So I told my parents I wanted to do exercise science or kinesiology, and they were like, no, because they saw the grind that my dad had done. So I was like, all right, what about pre-med? No parent's gonna say no to that. So I did pre-med and kinesiology. Graduated with both those majors, and then realized you can't do anything with those majors unless you want to become a nurse or med school. So I got my personal training cert. I was like, I'll just do this until I find a real job. 16 years later, I'm a regional director for them. When I first started the company, we were at 5 Sport and Healths at that time, which are now One Lifes. But now we are located at 31 Lifes in the DMV area. And we went from 10 employees to 200 employees now. So I've been part of their growth as well in that. And I guess what they say is like when you just, whatever you love to do, you sort of just fall into it. And that's why I am today. So in those meantime, I did an internship at GW about 10 years ago. I was just bored at work and wanted some new scenery, so I did an internship. Worst time to do it because I did it while I bought this house and my son was 6 months old. So, but it was nice. I always try to find new avenues to network, continue my education, learn new philosophies, stuff like that.
So you would say, if you would suggest me a gym, you would say One Life?
No.
No?
No. I would, for you, it comes down, especially convenience. What's going to set you up to be successful in reaching your goals, right? So if you got a gym that's 5 minutes to your house versus 30 minutes, I would say go to the one that's 5 minutes because you're more likely to be more consistent in showing up there.
Okay, so Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Or my community gym.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next question. What does a typical day look like for you at your work?
So now, since I'm more in a regional, I'm up at like 5 or 5:30. I'm at work by 5:30 or 6:30, depending on the day. I do about 2 or 3 hours of training of my athlete groups. And then about from 9 to 2, I'm doing my admin work, which could be answering emails, reaching out to coaches, following up on members that have questions about training. I do programming for all 30 locations, so I'm doing that as well through an app. Come home for lunch, let my dog out, and then I'm back at work again from like 4 to 6. That's Monday through Thursday. Friday mornings, only work 2 hours. So I make sure I'm on the golf course by 10 o'clock every Friday. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. So your typical day is, it's like a workout, but like all day, pretty much, with like athletes.
Yep.
Who's your favorite athlete that you've worked with?
I got a couple. Favorite, I mean, most consistent one, big name, like Ryan Kerrigan. all-time sacks leader for the Redskins, or Commanders now. I saw him years after years. He was consistent. But I mean, I've trained big names like Katie Ledecky. I've gotten to train her 4 or 5 times. I believe she's the most decorated Olympian ever. So I think she passed Michael Phelps on that. And then I got some other guys. Like there's a hometown guy named Nigel Johnson. He was a basketball player, McDonald's All-American. He went to Kansas State, Rutgers, and UVA. He's been playing overseas about 8 years now. But I mean, like 3-4 years ago, his tire fell off. He was on the side of the road. Car hit him going 100 miles per hour. Basically broke both his legs, shattered his pelvis, brain bleeding, collapsed lung, shattered his whole hand and his shooting hand and wrist, broken collarbone. So he was someone that, I mean, all the doctors said your career's over, but now we got him back to playing again. I even got him back to dunking again. So he's been able to continue his pro career. So just be able to help people in those type of situations when you think everything's taken away from them is a big thing to be part of.
Okay, the next question. What are the most important skills someone needs to be successful as a personal trainer?
Discipline and consistency, right? So if you can't do that yourself, how would you expect that from your client, right? That's the main thing we're there for, is to discipline them and make sure they're consistent. That way they can reach their goals. That's the reason why they came to us. So if I can't do that myself, I can't teach that or pass that along to someone else.
Okay. What's the longest you haven't worked out with trainers or whatever? Without vacation?
Oh, what's my longest without taking a vacation?
Without taking a vacation.
I think when I was younger, I think I did 5 or 6 years straight.
Oh, okay. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. What has been the most rewarding part of your career as a personal trainer?
So like I was saying with Nigel, I get a lot of ACL kids, or kids that come in from injury, so allowing them to get back to the point they were before the injury or even better than what they were. I love to see that because you just see the joy come back. But also when I get that 8th grader and their goal is to get a scholarship for college for their sport. So I lay out the map. Hey, these next 4 or 5 years, you should be training with me all year, every year. Even if your season started, you're still at least seeing me once a week so we can maintain that progress that we made in the off season. So to have someone tell me their goal to play in college and 4 or 5 years later, they're texting or calling me to let me know that they got that scholarship. That's very rewarding about my job, and I love that part too.
Okay. What has been the biggest challenge of your career?
I would say the beginning part. So I always tell new trainers that come on board, our job, it's mainly a commission-based job. So it's what you get out of it, okay? So just like a realtor, if you sell one house, you're not gonna get much money, right? But you got some that make millions because they sold 20, 30 houses, same thing. So you got to continually market yourself, be continually reaching out to members, clients, or when you're at dinner parties, just connecting with people. And basically you're just trying to build your funnel of leads and connections. And then if you do good at your job by being disciplined, consistent, and offer a good product or service, then you're going to sign people. And if you maintain that, then it's the referral part. And then that's when it becomes easy. But to lay that groundwork, that's 2 to 3 years of substantial work you got to put in day in and day out.
Okay, how did you overcome it?
By staying disciplined and consistent. I knew, for example, I would take all the high school coaches in 8 high schools close to me here. So let's say that's 200 emails or something, right? I would do just one template and BCC and type in all those emails. And even if I got one response or no responses, every 2-3 months, I sent them a new email and just kept in their ear. They didn't have, even if they didn't respond to me, but what I was seeing 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, when I'm going to watch some of these kids that I train play, I run into these coaches and I say my name, oh, yeah, I got emails from you. So now I've connected the dot with the email to the in-person as well. Yeah, just staying disciplined and consistent that way. It's the ones that don't try to market themselves or consistently grow that lead funnel are the ones that just die out and that aren't successful. It's the same as what you're doing in here. You're trying to market yourself to people and with your channel, like entertain people. So, in order to grow your channel, you got to keep doing what?
This.
Yeah, keep posting, right? You got to stay relevant. You got to stay in their face. It's the same thing with what I got to do.
That's true. Okay. All right. Next question. How do you build trust and strong relationships with your clients?
I think you build trust through education. If you can educate them on why you're doing what you're doing to help them reach their goal, that's going to create buy-in and trust. And if they're able to stick to that and they start seeing the results, that's how you continue to build on that trust and get more of it from them.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. How important is social media and personal training to the public eye?
I think to the public eye, I think everyone thinks it's like the number one marketing thing to grow. Personally, I don't believe in that at all. I do some of it just because I know my kids like it. But like I said, from the earlier, if you lay down that strong ground foundation, your business should be mainly referrals. If you're posting to hopefully get leads, I think that's a harder and longer process to building your business. It can be a helpful resource, but I think it should not be your main resource, especially in our field. Because if you think about it too, like influencers, right? A lot of people say they're not really like that in person too, right? Even if we went back to the real estate comparison, yeah, they may look great on Instagram, but then maybe you go and buy a house with them or sell your house with them and realize they had horrible customer service. Now that realtor just lost me as a continuing client. So I think, again, the service that you deliver speaks volumes versus what might be marketed through social media.
Because what you see on social media isn't always true.
Yeah. Okay. I would say 90% of it is just like BS half the time.
How do you stay up to date with new fitness research and training media?
So one good thing about One Life is they offer a lot of free education. So I help organize a lot of that too. So we'll try to find some of the best college strength coaches, NFL strength coaches, NBA, Olympic coaches as well. And usually once a month we do a webinar with one of them where they'll discuss a topic or research that they've been working on as well. So we try to stay ahead of the curve that way. And then you got a lot of educational programs like Exos or Pete Bomarito that are like leaders in combine training for these NFL guys. So we try to learn from them. That way we can take what they're doing for like speed development and try to incorporate that with the pros that I have, but also some of the high school kids that I have that are trying to improve their 40-yard so they can get recruited or then after college run a good 40 on their pro day or combine and then get drafted.
Okay, would you consider this, what you're doing right now, your dream job? Was it your dream job?
I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Oh.
I just went to college because I was told you should go to college.
Oh! Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, well that answered that question. Okay. But so you said you didn't know what you wanted to do at all? Like nothing?
That's why I did BIT. I'm like, all right, business information technology. Like, I'll get a little bit of computer science there, some business there. I was like, at least it gives me a foot coming out to have options. But I mean, I was a huge athlete. I loved playing basketball. I lost that drive after my senior year because I would say my high school coach. But like until then, I think my goal was to play like in college or maybe overseas. But I went like 2 years without touching a ball after that. So I guess that was sort of like, I don't know, not a midlife crisis, but like, like I just had to reestablish my identity of maybe who I was now because I didn't have sports there anymore.
If you were in the basketball, like NBA, what team would you want to go to?
Right now I would say, hey, I would love to be with the Wizards, a hometown team. I think that would be cool since I grew up in this area. I grew up a Bulls fan because of Jordan. I mean, Bulls would be cool. I mean, I like the Sixers growing up too because of Allen Iverson. So any of those three teams, I think that'd be pretty cool to play with.
Have you ever been to a basketball game and like sitting on the court?
Yes.
Okay, next question.
Yep, I went to a Wizards game. Done that like 2 Wizards games, pretty much. I was also like 3 rows behind the hoop at the Virginia Tech Duke game like 6 years ago, which was pretty cool.
Were you ever afraid that the ball was gonna hit you in the face?
No, because I had cat-like reflexes.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Okay, I have reflexes too, but if a ball is coming at me, I'm like this.
Obviously not fast enough.
Okay, what advice would you give someone who wants to work in the sports industry? So me.
I mean, why do you want to work in the sport? Let's ask you that. Why do you want to work in it?
Because I'm really good with sports. Like, you say anything and I know it right off the bat, so it just made sense. And and it's not like I just went I was like, oh my god, I want to be in the NFL. No, I've known it for almost 10 years, so I know how.
What makes you want to be in the NFL?
There's a girl named Katie Feeney. She went to Penn State, which is my dream school to go to.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, how do you know her?
I just see her on Instagram.
Oh, okay. But she, in Penn State, so first I wanted to do marketing, be a fashion designer, and then I was like, yeah, no. And then they also had sports industry of what she's doing, and I was like, oh wait, that actually looks really cool. And then I did all my research, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
So.
I would say you got to immerse yourself into it. So I would say do more research. You got to know who Katie Ledecky is, the most decorated Olympian. Like big figure names, you got to learn that stuff.
All right. Have you worked with sports reporters, content creators, or social media professionals? If so, what makes those interesting?
I haven't. If I had a budget, I would love to have a social media creator. Everything I've done is sort of myself, or I've done had an intern create stuff for me for their resume. But yeah, in that realm, I just focus again on the product that I'm servicing and making sure I'm staying up to date on the newest training philosophy so I can continually adapt as well.
Okay. Looking back, is there anything you wish you would have done different to start your career?
No, because like I said, I sort of fell into it. And I fell into it because I guess subconsciously followed what I enjoyed, and because I did that, I was able to relate well and I think be pretty successful at the beginning, where I was able to make it into a career, which most people aren't able to do in my profession. It's a very small percent that are able to do that. So
because it's just like you're just training someone.
Yeah,
right?
So most people, if they haven't built up to a certain dollar that they need to earn to sustain a living in the first 6 months or year, they're usually out of the field. So there's a lot of turnover in our field. So it's rare meeting someone that's been a trainer for more than 5 years, I would say. But I've been fortunate enough where I've established a culture and a work environment where I have 4 trainers on staff that have been there for more than 5 years.
Have you ever trained the Washington Commanders, like all of them? Have you ever trained them?
Not all of them, but I go to the facility a lot because I know Chad, the strength coach there. So we do a lot of talk shop and catch up. So I get to see a lot of that.
Okay. What goals do you have for the future of your business and career?
I think with any career, I think if we can stay relevant, always keep adapting. So you'll see a lot of people as they get promoted, even though I'm a regional, and as you get promoted, we want you to train less and less. They want you to do more admin and try to teach what made you successful for the next group of trainers coming up, which I get. But if you're not still training, how do you relate to the way clients are evolving right? You're different, like your Gen Z, your millennials. Like we know there's differences between those type of populations that age. So I think by continuing to train, I'm able to adapt in that way with the new generations that are coming, and of clients and of trainers as well, to help relate to them. As long as I got a foot in there, and then I am able to just continue to, spread my knowledge and it's accepted, I think those are the ways to go, while at the same time you maintain your work-life balance, or you just continue to get more of a life balance versus work.
As someone who works closely with athletes, as yourself, what do you think sports reporters should understand about an athlete's trainer?
I think things you could ask them is like, what do they do to prepare you? Like, or what's their overall approach to prepare you? Because then, like, when you're doing your training camp interviews, you can be like, hey, what did you do this off season to get you ready for this upcoming season that you might have not done last year?
Okay.
And so knowing that, be like, cool, why did you think that was a focus this year? Okay, because your dig routes weren't as crisp, so you wanted to work on your ankle and hips to get lower so you can dig out of those routes a little bit easier. Like stuff like that.
Okay. If I want to become an NFL reporter, what advice would you give me about networking and building into the sports industry?
So I would say try to go for any sports internship. Don't isolate yourself to NFL, right? Because we know Katie Feeney, she wasn't just football, she did other sports, right?
Yeah.
Yep. She's even going into like the golf realm now a little bit too.
Yep.
So I think that's your way, because you just need to get used to the experience of being in an athlete environment or an event. Submerge yourself into more of those events, because then now that's going to teach you how to then maybe come up with questions on the spot that you're going to need to when that time does come. So the more you can immerse yourself and begin to get used to feeling, what's the saying, comfortable being uncomfortable, that's what's going to make you, I think, grow faster, mature faster than maybe someone else.
Like getting out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Because when you do that and you like mess up, right? That like sort of like burns into your brain to the point where like, I know not to make that mistake again. So just throw yourself in the fire.
Just like push me.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of all of this, what team did you grow up liking? Football, soccer, basketball, all the sports?
Football was Cowboys, because my background, I was born in Australia. So when I moved here, they had everyone, Dion, Emmett, Troy, Michael. So they were fun to watch. So I grew up loving the Cowboys. But because of my profession, I just trained so many sports guys. I have a guy that's on the Giants, like Graham Gano. He also was on the Redskins, and he went Panthers, Giants. Jalen Coker, he's a wide receiver on the Panthers. Kerrigan, Pierre Garçon, RG3, Lorenzo Alexander, all those guys were Redskins. So like now I find myself just cheering more for the guys that I train. Because also they're coming to me and trusting me with their bodies, which is their provider too, right? These guys get paid millions. And if I can't get them healthy, they don't get a paycheck or they don't get that extension. So like, even like someone like Jalen, undrafted rookie, made the team and then did well these first 2 years. He just got a 3-year, $35 million extension. So that's why I'm more like, I'm on the player's side, because I know what they got to go through now after hearing them and training them. And again, average NFL career is 3.5 years.
That's it?
Yeah.
What the heck? Everybody goes past that.
That's like, it's literally like 20% that actually go past that. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, and those rookie contracts, I mean, like now they're a little bit better. They're making like about, if you make the team, you're going to get $500,000 a year. But after your taxes and your agent, they're really only getting around 200 of that. Because when these guys get taxed, they get taxed on every state they play in as well. Oh. So when they play in California, they get annihilated in taxes.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so now you're looking at, all right, your career ends after 3 years. You made 600,000. That like, which is still great, but what are these guys going to fall back on? Some of these guys did a good job and stayed in college for 4 years and got a degree. Others left after 2 years. They don't have much. So again, they're instilling trust in me to help them make sure they can get past that. So that's why NFL, I really don't have a favorite anymore because of that reason. College, I'm Hokies diehard. When I was there, we were top 5 in the nation every year. So hopefully Franklin, does his thing. He's doing in the recruiting right now. So we'll see. Basketball, Bulls fan, grew up. Soccer, Man U. Like I said, my dad lived in England, so I went to England every summer for about 12 years, 15 years. So I got to see Man U play Chelsea at Old Trafford, which was a lot of fun. Baseball, was a Mariners fan. Ken Griffey Jr., I think he's the GOAT when it comes to baseball. Yeah, that's pretty much all the sports, right? Caps for hockey, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that the NFL draft has been way over, who are you excited to see in the NFL? Like new.
What's his name? Caleb Downs, safety from Ohio State that went to the Cowboys. And Arvell Reese, who's a linebacker for the Giants. Those two guys. They're just freaks as athletes. So I want to see what they do on the field now. With a little similar playing field and athleticism where they're still freaks. But yeah, they remind me, when I see a freak or think of a freak, I think of Julius Peppers. That dude was insane. DN, but he had the speed of a safety. And he also played college basketball. So he was at UNC, played football and basketball there, and was a stud at both. So those are some of the guys I like to see that had a good college career, but then at the combine just blow every stat out of the water. So that's where my science side sort of kicks in.
Okay, so you grew up as a Dallas fan, so I'm guessing you didn't like the Washington Commanders?
No, not growing up, no.
Okay, so you would say that, obviously not now, but back then you despised them.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was a diehard Cowboys fan back then.
Oh my God, was your room all decked out?
Oh yeah, I had the old school.
Oh my God.
The pennants. I'm sure your dad had a bunch of those in his office. Yeah, so.
You didn't paint the wall Dallas colors or
no,
nothing? Okay.
No, I didn't
not
go
that
far.
extreme.
No. I think I had the Dallas bed covers, I think.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just didn't but now you don't really care.
Yeah.
Okay, because you work with
a lot of the pros and
okay.
And once you experience college football at the school that you go to, I think that's where
different.
you're it's just different, yeah.
I haven't been to a college game.
You have to. The tailgating's better, the atmosphere's better, everything's better.
Oh yeah, the tailgating is for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. I think the tailgating gets you hyped up for the game, and then the game is boring sometimes. So it's the tailgating is way better.
Yep.
Because you just get to talk to a lot of people.
And you said what's something you could do? Maybe you just do one season. You just do road trips to different stadiums and experience those.
That's a lot of gas. That's a lot of gas money. I don't have that. Oh my God.
Well, get your views up and get some sponsorships.
I'll rent out a Tesla. How about that?
There you go.
Okay, well that was all the questions that I had. Thank you guys so much for watching. You want to say anything?
No, thank you. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure. So thank you for having me on.
You're welcome.